great lesson. As we said, all these lessons pancakes. So we're always going to have these things going on and over. Great job with your Spidey exercises. Those do add mobility, and I could already see it. Your pinky is more comfortable if not playing on the fret. You're actually coming in and you're putting your finger down for a pointy note rather than a flat note. Wonderful job. Keep going with those, and if you'd like to add on the idea of these frettings actually have notes, become familiar with one line. You don't have to do all of them. That's overwhelming. Maybe pick the top line, right? So you've got all these notes that you're doing with the fours. But when you get here, you could say, oh, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. Or you could say F, F sharp, G, A flat. Either one. And just do those four. And then after you do a couple different exercises on, let's say, what's today? Wednesday, so Thursday, do all these the regular way you would, and then go F, F sharp, G, G sharp. And then on Friday, try doing all of them except for the third string. Do, okay, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, or E flat. And then in 5 days from now, you should be able to work through all these one or two times and be able to get through the point of going, oh, if I do this, I could say, this definitely is my C. I know that. I now know that a sharp note from my C is definitely C sharp. So it helps. And then when you feel C, C sharp, D, and you lay down your D major, all these start to tie themselves into. And when we talk about these chords, these triads, if you will, it's much easier to explain our spider exercises, moving themselves up and stopping on a note and then laying down what feels natural and then going from there. So if we were going to make a G major sus2, knowing that's a G major and that A, G, A is the second note of a whole step, not a half step, that would be my G sus2. Or I could take this A down here, play the complete G, and I could change my G to an A here, and have a G sus2. So sus's are weird, but once you get used to finding them and playing them, you'll notice that sus2s and sus4s only do one thing. They help hang above the chord, so you do not have to move the actual tone of the chord to enlighten it or give it a airy feel or give it a movement of indecision where it feels as if the ear is going to want to resolve to a certain note. So if you've got a D major and you have a 1, 2, 3, 4 in a D, you've got D, E, F sharp, G. So a D major with a G over the top of it is a D sus4, just like in Tom Petty's she's a good girl, she loves her mama, loves Jesus, and a miracle too. It's hanging over the top. And I'm free, free falling. Hear how that note just hangs over the top? It helps move the space between the E, that high note, and then the just the Ionian major triad. So try that out. Try it in D, try it in G, try it in C, try it in F. A lot of them are tricky and weird, but you'll see where the seconds and the fourths are. The second thing with this is taking all the majors that you know, like the A major, and making that an A minor by flattening the median, the third scale degree. So in A, we should know A, B, C, D, E. Get rid of our 2 and 4, and we're left with A, C, and E. That's my A minor. Here's my C, here's my A, and here's my E. Because this is an E minor, right? Well, that's the E in an E minor. Well, if I add the E and the A in an E minor, I've got that. Well, if I've got those two notes in an E minor, that's not necessarily an E minor, is it? That's a E major sus2, because this is an E major, right? With the G sharp. But if I add my E, F sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, if I add my A to it, that becomes a sus chord, sus4. So where we're at is take all your majors and make them minors. So our C major is a weird one, but you're going to want to flatten your third. Well, the E, C, E, G, this is your third, and it feels weird to do this. So what you're going to want to do is move the first finger to that, move this over, and then incorporate your G up here. Because then again, you would thusly have your triad. And the G is nothing more than just your fifth. You no longer have this string, which was the the note you're playing on for your G. Here's the open G. Here's the octave. And when you do this, you still have that open G, but now you've got a minor. So just like D major to a D minor has you move these fingers, C major to a C minor will also have you move those fingers. So find all your majors, make them all your minors. And when you're doing that, look at your majors and minors and see that you can still play a C minor sus2 or a D minor sus4. A D minor sus4 still has 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just because my third scale degree is a do, re, mi rather than a do, re, mi. My fourth is still the same because my fourth scale degree from C is a major. What key we're in? D, D major, E minor, F sharp major, F sharp major, G major, A minor, B, A minor, B major, B minor. No, it doesn't work. Sorry about that. Anywho, when you go up, it's a major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, as we talked about. So that leads me into my next step here. If I was going to be playing in a G major, which we said was a little easier for us because there aren't a lot of sharps in, only the F sharp. If we've got the G major, our next after that is going to be G to A because we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, F, G. So if we've got G major, we've got an A minor. Then after an A minor in the key of G, we'd have a B. So we've got a B minor, which is the same thing as the A minor, just scooting it up a whole step, because in between all these, we've got a whole step. So after our B minor, we've got a C major. So G major, A minor, B minor, C major. What comes after C major? D major, E minor, F sharp minor is where we're going to be going. So if we know how to play an F, right? We've got this F right here. And we wanted an F minor. We can be putting all these fingers down to play these notes right here. That right there is going to be my major. But if I wanted minor, I'd have to flatten that to that note, right? But since it's an F sharp, I'm going to have to take it up a step. So instead of having the F minor, which is right here, I've got an F sharp minor. All right. So what I'd like you to do is find those scale degrees, move up through there, and then next week we're going to work on these scale degrees as individual tones to put them together and understand why we've got G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So when we get to having a F sharp diminished, and we build that triad just like we did today and have the F sharp, the C, and the A, we've got our first, third, fifth, right? And then it resolves to the G. So the seventh is a lending tone, which leads us to resolve to the G. So to answer your questions today, pancake everything. Take the idea of your D major could have a D major 7 and a D dominant 7. All chords do that by moving a half step or a whole step for that 7th. And then once you've got your triads for any chord, like let's say A major, you've got your A, your C sharp, and your E to make a C sharp and E. You could find your A, C sharp, and E with a minor, but if you wanted to have an A major sus4, you could have that, or you can have an A major, A minor sus4. Still the same, it just changes the intensity and interval distance between the two. And what we're going to do is we're going to add on a couple different songs next week so we get some right hand rhythm with all this individual tone and note music theory. I hope you're enjoying yourself and having fun. I'm having a great time when I see you each week, and I'll see you next week. Give me a buzz in the comment section if you have any questions about any of this. Aloha.